Good morning, everyone! I'm Ferdi Salvador, sitting in for Paulo de Rosario. We bring you the news you need to stay ahead.
Happy Wednesday, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Let's kickstart this hump day with unstoppable energy, good vibes, and loads of positivity.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are mo fun with us. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter. So I don't know about y'all, but did you guys see Paulo's Instagram? For those of you that follow Instagram, he had a very dramatic sand dune moment.
I know!
We're showing it
It's
over
finally
there.
Okay, he's touching the sand.
First
and
time
then,
seeing sand.
And then
That's
Paulo
his
goes,
dune.
there
Oh
you go.
goodness!
Oh
That-
my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you Bilyonaryo's new sexy star, Paulo
It's
del
the
Rosario.
In his
for
most
me.
mature role today.
In his most, yes, he's ready for mature roles
his
now,
boobs are
direct.
popping out. You know what? I'm gonna buy him some buttons because he's missing a few couple buttons down his shirt. I need to get him
He's not
some.
gonna talk to us tomorrow. He's like, what did you guys do? Right?
I can't.
Complete with the facial expression and everything.
With
I
the pose and
love
see
it.
and the
Yeah.
and the wind.
No,
And
he's
that
trying to be
sigh
sexy, but he was struggling. Look, walking up the sand dune.
All right. Oh my goodness. It's a pink day.
You know how we always talk about the person who's not in the room?
Well,
That's what happened.
it's now on
Exactly.
national television. There's evidence.
Yeah.
Well, he posted it, so it's fine.
I
It's
know,
posted-
I know.
He posted it, so it's fair game.
Exactly.
But I can't wait to hear his stories tomorrow. He's going to tell us all about his Dubai trip. He's
Yes.
there for something really big, actually. So we'll find out more tomorrow.
Yep, aside from climbing sand dunes.
Yes.
But let's check on our weather report today. We can expect cool conditions with chances of rains later today. Pag-asa says the northeast monsoon or hanging amihan continues to affect most parts of Luzon, including Metro Manila. Temperatures in Metro Manila will range from 23 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius. The country remains storm-free for now, but forecasters say that despite the good weather conditions, we can still expect some downpour later today. The easterlies or warm winds from the Pacific Ocean are affecting the rest of the country, including eastern Visayas, Sorsogon, Caraga, and the Davao region. As for today's sunset, it's set at 5:46 p.m.
Now on to some serious business. Marikina Representative Stella Kimbo is named acting chair of the House Appropriations Committee. This comes after Ako Bicol Party List Representative Zaldi Ko stepped down from the post, citing pressing health concerns. Kimbo is the senior vice chairperson of the Appropriations Committee. Under House rules, the next in succession is eligible to take over the chairmanship of a committee once the post is vacated, until a new chairperson has been chosen.
President Bongbong Marcos orders Health Secretary Ted Herbosa to monitor PhilHealth services. That's amid the zero subsidy of the agency under the 2025 national budget. The Department of Health had once explained PhilHealth will not run out of funds, even if the cases of serious illnesses like heart disease and diabetes are on the rise.
Yung dating binibigay na subsidiya, hindi pa nagamit. Napunta lang sa bangko, imbes na gamitin ng tao. Ang PhilHealth kasi, ang tawag natin dyan, isang pay-as-you-go insurance system. Paluwagan ba na sa isang taon, hindi lahat ng Pilipino magkakasakit, pero yung mga magkakasakit, merong nagbayad para sa kanila. So, sabi ng gobyerno, yung nakatago dyan sa loob ng bangko na sobra-sobra, yan muna yung gamitin. Nag-approve ang PhilHealth Board of Directors ng 284 billion corporate operating budget para sa 2025 na may kalakip dun sa loob ng 284, 271 billion yung budget para sa benefits. So meron pong budget. Walang subsidy, yes, pero merong budget. Meron pa kaming isang in-approve yung Board of Directors yung para sa emergency benefits. Dati-rati kasi kapag na-emergency ka, hindi ka naman na-admit, hindi ka napasok sa loob ng ward, walang PhilHealth coverage. Magbabayad yung pasyente or yung DOH. Aba ngayon, sabi ng PhilHealth Board, hindi, dapat yung binabayaran din natin.
In the meantime, Vice President Sara Duterte's trust rating dipped in the fourth quarter survey of the Octa Research Group. VP Sarah's trust rating went down to 49% from 59% in the third quarter. The vice president's performance rating also decreased to 48% from 52%. According to Okta, this is the first time VP Sarah's numbers fell below what it calls the majority threshold. The research group adds this is the vice president's lowest rating since December 2023. As for President Bongbong Marcos, a slight dip in the chief executive's trust rating to 65% from 69% in the third quarter. Mr. Marcos's performance rating also went down to 64% from 66%.
In the U.S., a new wildfire broke out in Southern California's Ventura County on Monday, sending firefighters and first responders to battle the massive blaze amid strong winds. The fire, dubbed as Auto Fire, was first reported Tuesday evening in the Santa Clara River bottom. The Ventura County Fire Department says the fire burnt an area of 2 hectares and approximately 75 firefighters were on the scene. The National Weather Service put a red flag warning on Monday as dangerous Santa Ana winds picked up speed. Meanwhile, a drive along one of California's most scenic and iconic roadways, the Oceanside Pacific Coast Highway, shows an extensive wildfire destruction, with many homes reduced to twisted metal. Electrical and construction crews have begun the task of cleaning and piecing back the once beautiful stretch along the shore of the Pacific Ocean, adorned with multi-million-dollar coastal homes. California Governor Gavin Newsom has said the fires could rank as the most devastating natural disasters in U.S. history. It is already the costliest wildfire in terms of insured losses.
In other news, mediators and warring sides say a ceasefire deal between Israel and Gaza was closer than ever. However, after more than 8 hours of talks, a senior Hamas official told Reuters late on Tuesday that the Palestinian group was still waiting for Israel to submit maps showing how its forces would withdraw from Gaza. The senior Hamas official said the maps included Israeli withdrawals in the Netzarim area in the middle of the Gaza Strip to allow the return of the displaced people to their homes. Qatar's foreign ministry spokesperson Mahed Al-Ansari earlier told a news conference that talks on the final details were underway after both sides were presented with a text. U.S. President Joe Biden, whose administration has been taking part alongside an envoy of President-elect Donald Trump, said a deal was close. Hamas said the talks had reached the final steps and that it hoped this round of negotiations would lead to a deal after mediation by Qatar, Egypt, and the United States.
U.S. Special Counsel Jack Smith concluded that Donald Trump engaged in an unprecedented criminal effort to hold on to power after losing the 2020 election, but was thwarted in bringing the case to trial by the president-elect's November election victory, according to a report published on Tuesday. The report details Smith's decision to bring a 4-count indictment against Trump, accusing him of plotting to obstruct the collection and certification of votes following his 2020 defeat by Democratic President Joe Biden. It concludes that the evidence would have been enough to convict Trump at trial, but his imminent return to the presidency, set for January 20, made that impossible. The indictment charged Trump with conspiring to obstruct the election certification, defraud the United States of accurate election results, and deprive U.S. voters of their voting rights. Trump pleaded not guilty to all charges. Regularly assailing Smith as deranged, Trump depicted the cases as politically motivated attempts to damage his campaign and political movement.
Some good news. Catherine, Britain's Princess of Wales, announced that she is in remission from cancer on social media. On X, the princess revealed to now be in remission as she remains focused on recovery. Catherine also paid a visit to a hospital in central London Tuesday where she underwent treatment and, of course, to personally thank its medical staff. The wife of Prince William only made a handful of public appearances last year since she diagnosed her cancer. disclosed her cancer diagnosis in March. Catherine's father-in-law, King Charles, also underwent treatment for cancer. A Buckingham Palace source said the King's treatment was moving in a positive direction and would continue this year.
In other news, Indonesia is also taking steps to protect children online by setting up a minimum age for its social media users. Indonesia's communications minister says this would precede a stricter law regarding underage use of social media. The official did not specify what the age limit would be. The plan follows Australia's decision to ban children under 16 from accessing social media. Indonesia's internet penetration reached over 79% last year, with a survey showing 48% of children under 12 had internet access.
Now in sports, the Converge Fiber Xers leading Tuesday's winners in the PBA Commissioner's Cup. The Fiber Xers erased a 17-point deficit to beat the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium 103-96. Alex Stockton led Converge with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists, and was named Best Player of the game. Sharpshooter Jordan Heading chipped in 17 markers. In the first game, the Meralco Bolts stunned the league leading Northport Batang Pierre 111-94. Import Akil Mitchell top scored for Meralco with 30 points, while Chris Banquero showcased his brilliance with 25 points.
Now, this entertainment bit is making me so excited because I love her. Asia's songbird, Regine Velasquez Alcacid, is making a highly anticipated return to the stage with a concert series that promises fresh performances. Hannah T. reports.
The Asia's songbird is ready to captivate audiences once again as she headlines her newest concert series, Reset. Fans can expect an intimate celebration of music on Valentine's Day, February 14 and February 22, as Regine performs her signature original hits at the Samsung Performing Arts Theater in Circuit Makati. On February 15 and 21, she will showcase her favorite cover songs with fresh and creative arrangements. Regine says reinventing songs her fans cherish is her way of keeping the music alive and meaningful. She adds, the concert series symbolizes new beginnings. Regine is also thrilled to perform some songs live for the first time.
Medyo madami yun no? Medyo madami yun for the originals. For the covers, alam mo, yung covers, ito yung mga songs na gustong-gusto ko. So I'm just excited to sing them again.
Even after decades in the industry, Regine admits that preparation remains crucial, especially for her voice and physical health.
Ngayon na medyo ma-jonders na ako, syempre kailangan mas may preparation. Kasi iba na yung katawan natin, nag-iba na rin yung boses mo.
She avoids sour foods like vinegar and manages stress to protect her voice, especially as the concert dates draw near.
Naturally, nangyayari na yun talaga sa body ko, even if I don't have anything sour. Kasi yung stress, nagdudulot na rin yung ng acid reflux.
Despite her son's busy schedule as a student, Regine finds joy in the support of Nate, who even manages to make light of her fame.
Para hindi siya maiipit, tatabihan niya yung nagpipicture or dito siya sa, basta somewhere I can see him. And I asked him, sabi ko, do you mind that mommy's job is like this and mommy and daddy's job, it's like this, like, there's always a lot of people. No, I don't mind. It's because of you I'm popular in school. It's okay, it's good, very good. Ganun pa siya.
Apart from her musical comeback, Regine is open to returning to acting if the right role comes her way.
Parang, ang tagal ko na rin, parang mga 5-6 years na hindi ako umaarte. Again, if there's a role, a right role, and timing then yeah, I'll consider it.
Adding more excitement to her concert series is a special collaboration with Stell of SB19. Regine is grateful for the chance to work with young artists who respect her craft and seek her guidance as a mentor.
I'm happy that they're also very open to work with someone like me who's been in the industry for a long time. And I like that they give me the respect to at least ask me if you're comfortable. Yung mga ganun ba? And it's wonderful. Again, it's a blessing.
Fans can look forward to surprises that Regine has prepared for her Reset concert series. Tickets are available at Ticket World. Hannah T, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
I love you, Ate Reg. I love you, Ate Reg.
I'm supposed to report on the next entertainment segment, but since you love Regine so much...
I just had to say it because I always watch her shows. I don't ask for free tickets.
Also, actually, buy.
Because I always ask for free tickets here on the show. But
I want to hear a song. I want to hear a song quickly before I
what?
go.
No!
Yes, before I go to the next
I lose
segment.
my
Wow,
job.
sabi niya nahiya siya, but she was actually singing while that package was playing. Ayun na.
Ibigin ka. There.
All
But
right.
I love Ate Reg. So I hope that since you know her, maybe she can guest on the
You
show.
know her too.
She said she's open to acting. I hope she's also open to guesting on It's a Beautiful
Girl,
Day.
kunin mo na.
Poor Mo, she's like, what's going on here? Okay.
When Anne sings,
Yeah,
sign.
sorry. In other entertainment news, Grammy-winning R&B artist Zia reveals the heartfelt story behind her 2017 song Drew Barrymore. On the Drew Barrymore show, Zia tells Drew how she inspired her to be her authentic self with her carefree energy.
I was so excited when I heard the song with my name in the title.
It was inspired by you. It wasn't just titled after you. The energy that you carry. Even my outfit is inspired by the way you've made me feel my entire life. Like the carefree, the understanding. Like when you don't understand. Okay, so I wrote you this letter that I never sent you, but it talked about how, I guess, you know, when you're younger and you're a Black woman, there's not a lot of examples all the time. And one of the few lovely white women that I looked up to so much on television, it was you, because you were so yourself. You were quirky. Your smile wasn't perfect. I have like a slight speech impediment, and people laugh all the time. And you're like, what is this saying? And it's like a running joke. But it's like, I love the way you talk and like just all the you-ness of you.
I gotta correct myself, her name is SZA. On a quest to find the latest talk of the town in health and wellness, we stumbled upon something you might find interesting: shamanic breathwork. I myself can attest to the self-discovery and wonders this meditation promises. Ordained shamanic minister Malou Araneta joins us after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. If this year you want to try something new, transform your life, and tune into your own healing, but don't know where to look, how about begin inwards? Our guest this morning will help us connect deeply with our mind, body, and spirit in ways most of us have not before. Welcome to the show, Ordained Shamanic Minister Malou Araneta. It's a beautiful day, Malou.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ferdi. Thank you for inviting me here.
I'm so excited because, Malou, I've done your program a few times, and it's really changed my life. In fact, we've even gone to Bali and took the next level of healing and putting yourself together. Even if you don't need healing, you need these things to recharge your energy, right? So, Malou, what is shamanism?
So, shamanism or shamanic practice is actually a universal practice. It helps us to connect with nature, with Mother Nature, which nowadays we're so disconnected. So it's all about that. It's all about healing yourself, and by healing yourself, you also tend to heal others. It's really connecting with Mother Nature, with the energy of the earth, Mama Gaia.
Yes. So Mo and Anne have a lot of questions because they don't know
Yes.
anything about this, Malou. Of course, I didn't divulge so much because I want you to help explain, because I am not an ordained minister
Yes.
in the shamanic world.
And we're
You
really
are.
interested in doing it. So one of these
Exactly.
days, after the interview, we'll chat with you. But Malou, could you
Sure.
tell us what are the benefits of shamanic, or did I say it correctly? Shamanic breathwork.
Shamanic, yes.
Yes. So there are different types of breath work out there, and all those breath work can help you transform a lot of things. But shamanic breath work is a powerful tool to help you release a lot of energy, stuck energy through past experience that are still in your body. It can help you go into a deeper state of consciousness, and it can help you better your physical, mental, emotional, and also spiritual well-being.
Yeah,
You know what, Malou? Ferdi was telling us all about how he tried shamanic breathwork and his experience, actually, like what happened when he was already in that state, that high, what do you call that high state?
I guess you're already in, in another
state.
In that altered state,
Yeah.
yes. And, me personally, I have a hard time concentrating when I need to be quiet, when I close my eyes and breathe. So I was kind of doubtful, like, she might have a hard time getting me to that altered state, because I don't know, maybe it's my ADHD or whatever. I get so restless when things are quiet. But how do you reach that altered state? And can we try a demo, perhaps?
No, Malou is smiling because I'm sure she's thinking of me. If Ferdi can do it, you can definitely do it.
Yes. Actually, there are a lot of skeptics out there that have tried my breath work. And every time, especially those who are trying for the first time, when they experience it, they couldn't believe that they were able to reach that state. So this breathwork technique is combined with chakra attuned music, or it's a sound healing journey. You do this lying down or sitting down, whatever's comfortable for you. And preferably, you have to cover your eyes when you're in this journey. And also I guide you to this. I guide you to a meditation technique and a breathing technique. And I always say to my students or participants when they join, I always tell them to focus on your breath. Every time your mind wanders, just go back to your breath. So that alone will help you release that chattering mind.
Now, Malou, we're actually so interested, could we do like a quick short demo on the show?
This is kind of scary because we might, react
Definitely. It's just very
quick, just to see just to see how it is.
Okay, so can
exciting.
you join me?
Yes.
Can you do it with me?
Do we close
Okay,
our
so
eyes?
you can close your eyes. I just want to explain first the breathing technique. So
Okay.
it's inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And you don't pause. There are no pauses or gaps in between the breath. So it's a continuous breathing, connected cyclical breathing. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
This is the
Okay,
first time
let's
we're going to
do
be
it.
quiet on
this
the
is
set.
super
Yeah, we're
scary.
not dead air.
This is
Okay,
not
just
dead air, guys. We're
relax.
doing something.
Okay, relax.
Okay, relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Let's start inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Connect your inhale to your exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale through your nose. Long and steady inhale. And exhale through your mouth.
That was quick,
my
but
God.
didn't you guys fall into a state of stress-free,
Yeah.
a stress-free space?
I don't
was
want to
kinda
do the show
relaxing.
anymore. I want to sleep now.
Yeah, I mean, even our
Yeah,
viewers
yeah.
can actually do it. That short exercise that Malou,
Exercise,
yeah,
yeah.
just did. If you like Malou's actually, you know, aside from a shamanic minister, she's a really close friend of mine, and she's helped me with stress because I had a high stress job when I was hanging out with Malou, and she literally, like, she's one of those people that can pull you and say, "Hey, relax, you gotta do this." You know what I mean? You know, she makes me pagalitan without any, you know, without any hate or negativity. And so, you know, to the point when I was so stressed that we would shake. And my colleague also at that time would, like, we won't sleep, and it was kind of a tough level at that time because there's a lot at stake. And she took us through this whole thing. My anxiety went, my stress levels went, even medications, it went down. I mean, it's something for everyone. As Malou said, there are
Yes.
skeptics. I was one of them. But I really believe in this because it's not a religious thing. It's actually, Malou, maybe you can explain how this works with oxygenating your body.
Yeah, so thank you, Ferdi, for that. So when you're breathing like this continuously, what happens is you're hyper-oxygenating your body and your brain. And it can lead you to a lot of sensations, physical sensation, emotional sensation, because your body is not used to it. When we breathe normally, it's very shallow. And we don't get to experience, you know, really breathing in a lot of oxygen. And so our body's not used to it. So that may lead to a strong physical sensation. Sometimes you feel numbness in your hands, your legs, your feet, or lightheadedness. Or sometimes, if especially those who are really stressed and you know, like they experience a lot of traumas in their lives. Sometimes they tremble, like their whole body shakes because your body's purging, not because something is wrong, but your body's purging. So it's releasing this energy, which can be sometimes very strong. So that's what happens to your body.
Yeah,
to
no,
shake.
it's-
But
Yeah, Miss
Sorry?
Malou, it's amazing. Like the 1 minute or 30 seconds that we did the breathing exercises, my body went into like this relaxed state. I mean, that's only 30
Easy,
seconds,
right?
right?
Yeah.
So
Correct.
I can't
Yes,
imagine
yes.
what
Yeah.
a session would be. And I understand Ferdi did a couple sessions with you, and he talked to us about his experience. Could you tell us more about that? And he even said he was sobbing in the end.
Yeah, but as I said, you know, I was going through a lot of stress, and then I got into it, and then our other friends joined us, and Malou really took us to the whole gamut of super stress release and energy release, because there's a lot of negative things happening, whether you like it or not. Energies are real.
Right,
Okay?
right, yes.
Yeah.
I don't care what you believe in, but energies are real. Yeah, but before I get into that, because it's a lot, I just want to know, okay, Malou, for those people who want to unlock their potential in this 2025, what would be your shamanic advice?
my shamanic advice is to just try new things, try to breathe, and don't be afraid to just try things. And yeah, so continue to breathe.
Yes.
Remember to breathe, not
Yes,
continue to breathe.
because people
Remember to
stop
breathe.
breathing.
Yeah,
it's
that's
true.
so true.
Yes, yes.
Especially in high stress moments,
We
sometimes
don't really
you're like,
Yes.
notice it. We don't notice it. We just stop breathing. Hence the saying, "Stop and
Yes.
smell the roses."
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's the
You know-
selfie syndrome. Because when you take a selfie, you don't be.
Well, When you take photos because you're
Yes.
sucking in.
Yes, that's so true.
Malou, you were saying?
Yeah, I also want to point out that when we are in a stress level or we get rattled, the first thing that we do is to right, like control our breath.
Yes.
So
Right.
yeah,
And you clutch
so
your
that
pearls.
our body is so used to that kind of reaction. The minute we get rattled, we stop breathing. So just always remember to breathe.
Yes. So I didn't really want to get into what Mo was asking me because you really have to experience it with Malou. But not only she does not only teach shamanic breathwork. That's one of her expertise. But you teach yoga with a shamanic journey. Can you explain that to us, Malou?
Yeah. So we do several classes. It's not just shamanic breathwork. There's also yoga. We do yoga. We teach yoga. And we combine it with shamanic journey. So shamanic journey is a lighter version of shamanic breathwork. So it's really more of a meditation journey. So we combined it with the yoga flow and just to help breathers and help participants to guide them in a meditation, in a guided meditation. So yeah, that's it.
You know what, Malou? I know that you teach all these classes and you also teach self-love, right? In what way do you teach self-love to your clients, to your students?
So I am also a certified self-love solution teacher through Atma Prema. And because of my training, I guide my students to go into a process of loving themselves more. Because nowadays, we tend to forget to love ourselves. And we're always in that, our society is based on, love others first or think of others first before thinking of yourself. But no one is really thinking of you, So we gotta start going inwards first before we can love others. As they say that we have to fill our own cup first so that when our cup is very full, those things that's overflowing in our cup, that's when we give. Because when we give, when we are depleted, there's nothing to give.
Right? That's so true.
So Malou, I would love to try one of your classes and I'm sure our viewers would too. Where can we find you? And if we want to ask you more questions as well, what's your Instagram, Facebook, or website?
So I'm opening my first studio in Makati this year.
Congrats.
It's called Sama Wellbeing, SAMA. So you can also follow my Instagram account, Sama Wellbeing, and also my personal Instagram account, Malou A29.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Ordained
Thank you.
Shamanic
Thank you, Malou.
Minister
Thank
Malou
you.
Araneta. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Now, guys, a group is on a mission to make sure people are enjoying authentic alcohol products. That conversation with the Alliance Against Counterfeit Spirits, or AACS, is up next. You're watching It's a Beautiful Day. We will be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, we're all familiar with the reminder to drink responsibly, but what about making sure that your drinks are legit? One group is on a mission to help consumers ensure that they are enjoying authentic alcohol products. For more on this, we have David Francis, Managing Director of the Alliance Against Counterfeit Spirits, or AACS, joining us via Zoom from London. Good morning from Manila, David, and good evening to you there.
Good evening from the UK. Thank you very much for having me.
You know what, David? We were talking about this topic yesterday while we were planning the show for today, and we encountered the term illicit alcohol, and we were wondering what was this all about? And until now, I really had no idea that counterfeit alcohol is actually a thing. Yeah. Now, your group has this campaign, Drink Authentic, Enjoy Responsibly, right? So let's talk about that and its primary objectives.
Yeah, so the campaign is the first we've ever launched in Southeast Asia, talking directly to consumers primarily through social media. As you say, the key message is to drink authentic and enjoy responsibly. That's to say, drinking responsibly starts with buying authentically, buying the real product. Mm-hmm. And I guess what we're trying to do is talk directly to consumers to remind them that illicit alcohol is out there. It's something that you should be aware of. Secondly, of course, there's a personal risk in drinking illicit alcohol. It's been produced in uncontrolled conditions by uncontrolled individuals, and therefore there are health risks there. And then lastly, of course, it damages the economy because this product doesn't carry duty, doesn't carry tax, and that's a real hit to all the consumers in the Philippines and other markets too.
Mm-hmm. You know what, David, this is really scary because how will you know that what you're taking is illicit alcohol? Because normally you would just go to a bar and order drinks, right? So you have absolutely no idea that what you're consuming is actually counterfeit alcohol.
Yeah, I think there's a few things. We're talking generally about the things that consumers could be aware of and shoppers should be aware of. So just think about the place that you're in. Think about the quality of the outlet. Is it somewhere that you could trust? Think about the price too. Oftentimes what we find with counterfeit alcohol, which is particularly these days sold post-pandemic online, is that pricing is crazy. It's too good to be true, and it's something to watch out for. Also, if you're buying in stores, have a closer look at the product. Check out the liquid. Does it look good? Does it look of high quality? Is there any debris, any residue in there? Something to think about too. And then look at the packaging. Does it look of high quality? Are there maybe errors on there? Does the labeling look really good? Has the cap been tampered with? These are all things to look out for. And just by taking some of these sensible checks, you can really reduce the risk that you're exposed to these kind of things.
Well, David, speaking of risks, what are the risks associated with consuming counterfeit or illicit alcohol products?
Yeah, thank you. That's a really good question. I touched on the key one for the consumer, which is health. These products, whether are not produced in well-controlled conditions, they don't necessarily follow the kind of health and safety and food standards regulations that you will find in organized industries. That's the first thing. So you're taking a risk with your health. Secondly, and really importantly, sometimes counterfeiters can use really quite dangerous substances like methanol to produce that spirits feel. And, unfortunately, we've seen in recent months in Laos, in Turkey, in India, in Iran and elsewhere, consumers frankly dying from the consumption of counterfeit alcohol that's contained methanol. And that's a real worry. So we should be very clear that the consumption of illicit alcohol in uncontrolled conditions, made oftentimes by very bad actors, can lead to some very serious health consequences.
Right, David, I just want to know what are the main symptoms of drinking illicit alcohol and how it affects your health. I mean,
you're gonna feel sick pretty quickly. You're gonna feel pretty. This isn't a regular thing, so you're going to feel pretty sick. You might find that you're struggling to process what's going on around you. Right. You're going to feel very lethargic. These are some of the things, and oftentimes what we find too, where you have people consuming alcohol that is not of the highest quality, you might find that you get a really surprising hangover the next day. That's also one of the symptoms that we see oftentimes.
Right. Do you think that most of illicit or counterfeit alcohol are produced domestically in different countries, or are they imported?
The truth is that every country has large amounts of liquor, pretty much everywhere in the world. So actually, the liquid is the easy part to source, to be honest. What we're finding, particularly post-pandemic, is the quality of the components that are needed, glass, labels, new caps, these kind of things, has gone up around the world as manufacturing of these things has become more industrialized, and they're now shipped from country to country. So it's become easier, frankly, and the internet has helped with this, for people that have access to raw material liquor to brand that up or to sell it and make it look a bit more authentic, which is another reason why this campaign is really, really important for consumers to hear these messages.
Right. David, just one last question for me. What is the economic impact of illicit or counterfeit alcohol to economies of different countries? Maybe
huge.
it's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, if I take the Philippines as an example, estimates have been made in recent studies that maybe 20 to 30% of alcohol consumed is unrecorded. That's, hasn't been sold through standardized official channels. Now, what does that mean? It means that there's no tax, there's no duty, people aren't getting payroll taxes when they're producing this, so we lose that. There's no duty, no VAT. So for the state, somewhere in the region, I think of about 40 billion pesos a year is lost through lost tax revenues in the Philippines alone.
That can go to health and
Yeah,
other
for
social
sure.
services.
For sure.
True.
Oh my goodness.
So when we're talking about responsible drinking, we're also talking about this aspect too, of course.
Right. David, in your experience, what are the biggest misconceptions that people have about counterfeit alcohol?
I think people can get tricked by price very easily and think they're getting a good deal when in fact they're not. I think that's the first thing. I think the second thing is people think, oh, surely people wouldn't be taking these kind of risks that I've been talking about today. People wouldn't be doing these kind of things with things that you consume. But unfortunately, that is the case in many markets. And we have just very recent examples, particularly from Laos, where numerous tourists have died from the consumption of illicit alcohol.
Now, we talked about the detrimental effects of the illicit alcohol to different economies around the world. Now, are there any government policies or international agreements supporting the fight against counterfeit or illicit alcohol?
Yes, indeed. As an organization, we work with governments around the world. We work with law enforcement officers. We train customs officers. We support law enforcement to tackle this problem head on. Both physically in the field, we seek to work with law enforcement to target individual producers of this stuff, but also the components that I talked about earlier. But also we increasingly work with customs officers to identify suspect shipments of components, but also finished products moving from country to country. So around the globe, this is a topic that law enforcement and government do understand and work with us, and we support them in the efforts to tackle this. But it's a growing problem, of course.
Yeah, what about liquor firms and other stakeholders? Are they doing anything to collaborate to combat counterfeit alcohol?
Yeah, so Alliance Against Counterfeit Spirits is a collaboration between the major international spirits producing companies. They fund us, they mutualize their investment in trying to keep their consumers as safe as possible through our organization. So what we have actually is a bunch of competitors that spend the majority of their time trying to convince consumers that theirs is the right product to choose, actually collaborating in this space to do things well, to do things efficiently, to do things once, and to make it as easy as possible for law enforcement and government to engage, one time with a consistent set of messaging and a consistent set of support. So that's one thing that they're doing. But secondly, from cap innovation technology, labeling, QR codes, but also liquid analysis technology. They're investing all the time in improving the security of supply chain and our ability to identify counterfeit liquor wherever we find it.
You know what, David, we wish we had more time to talk about this topic, such an interesting one we have this morning. But before we let you go, what message do you have for consumers to ensure that they drink responsibly and choose authentic products?
Just very simply, engage with our social media campaign across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other channels. Educate yourself a little bit. Learn how to spot this stuff, or do your best to spot it. If you spot it, report it to the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines or to us via our website. And then, of course, a big message from me today is dispose of it securely. And when you're buying genuine products, also dispose of those bottles securely so that they can't be reused and refilled in the future and continue to fuel this industry.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today, all the way from London. David Francis, Managing Director of the Alliance Against Counterfeit Spirits, or AACS. Thank you, David.
Pleasure. Have a good day. Thank you.
Now you guys know the show wouldn't be complete without some animal news. Take a look at this. A dog becomes the star of the 2025 Cebu Marathon. The coffee-colored pupper was spotted by runners multiple times during the race. And to their surprise, the sweet and friendly dog not only joined the 42-kilometer run, but also reached the finish line. The organizers of the marathon gave this wonder dog a finisher medal, and some posts on social media say the dog was also there during a previous year's marathon and is now hailed the Cebu K9 marathoner.
That is so cute.
That's so cute.
I know. But they do that
My
here in
voice
Manila.
goes like another decibel higher
They
when I see
actually
animals.
do that here in Manila, right? Like pet runs, like like a fun run
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your pet.
No, but it's just cute
Yeah.
that it's the Aspen of Cebu. That's just
Yeah,
But
random.
hang on, sorry,
running.
did I miss the part? Does it have an owner or it's...
No, it doesn't. It's literally just an aspen that just joined the run. Which
Oh, this is your
on my way to
opportunity.
Cebu. No, literally, I was checking all the comments if anybody adopted the dog. Look, and I said on my way to Cebu.
Why have they not adopted it yet if it's there every year, right?
Actually, I'm wondering why nobody's taking them in.
Yeah.
So kawawa naman, the cute baby. He just wants attention. That's why he's running with all those people. I mean, how many
Yes.
people join the run? I'm sure the dog's trying to have one of them adopt him.
He's just like, he or she's probably like, oh, people are running out. Let's do it.
Yeah, and you know
I'm
how
gonna join.
you know how people join run clubs to
Yeah.
meet other people? That's exactly why that dog is there.
But look-
to meet its forever.
Why were you looking at me?
Ferdi. Why are you there?
I just do it because I want to get rid of jet lag, okay?
Okay, no judgment here.
Oh my. But y'all, look at the puppy though. It's chunky.
Yes.
I know.
It's a chunky
So
baby.
cute.
Look.
It's got beautiful eyes. It's a
Okay,
sweetie.
Ferdi, let's go get him.
Oh,
Let's go get him.
perhaps I will follow you. All right. This 36-year-old Filipina had a passport and a dream to travel across the globe. In a journey that took her almost 12 years to finish, Catch Umandap becomes the first Filipino to travel all 193 countries around the world with a Filipino passport. On BNC's agenda, Catch shares that it was not an easy feat, but worthwhile nevertheless, I can imagine. Catch also shares some tips for those who dream of becoming a jet setter.
If they want to visit more countries, especially we as Filipinos, kung gusto mo lang tulungan sarili mo, like, I suggest that you learn the digital skills so you can work remote. Because kaya po na, sabi nila, paano mo nagawa yun? Dami mong time. Because I work on my computer. I'm a digital nomad.
Oh, we should be digital.
So that's the secret. You need to be working from home or working wherever you are across the globe so that you will be able to fund your travel.
But,
nomad.
Anne, the key takeaway is that she went and used her Filipino passport.
know.
So, you know, that kudos to her.
And I bet she also has the same problem as yours, puno na yung passport mo.
Did we?
Have you reviewed?
I did it yesterday. I gotta say,
There you
DFA,
go.
thank you.
I wish we had the same problem mo.
No, but look,
No.
okay, I went through the regular channels as you should.
Okay, yes,
Okay,
of course, of
and
course.
they were quite efficient. Got my appointment on time. Got there on time after our show, and bada boom, bada beam.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to give kudos to all of us Filipinos because, oh my gosh, the visa process. I had no idea you guys have to go through all of that. I'm dual. So at least I
Okay,
can...
we're touching on something
No.
sticky.
I'm
because
just saying, I applaud you guys because dang,
it's a lot
that's
of work.
crazy.
It's really a lot of
Yes,
work,
yes.
and those people that are trying, as you said,
Yeah.
you know, getting visas everywhere just to enjoy and not necessarily, go and live there or work there.
Yeah.
It's quite tedious, but we're lucky now, Mo, because like for example in the EU before Schengen was non-existing. We had to go to every single country to get a visa if we wanted to go around Europe.
Oh, that's insane.
Yes, but the Philippine passport, I think in the last statistics went down a few notches. But hopefully with our economy and with our verve, we're gonna go back up.
I hope so.
Yeah, and I think it's possible because look at Catch. She was
It's
able
possible.
to travel all the countries. Imagine all the process.
And she's only 36.
Yeah, amazing,
So
right?
if you think about it, how many times did she travel per year when she started?
Yeah.
I wonder what
And how
age she
long did she stay in each country?
Yes.
Yeah, before traveling to the next,
But
right?
Mo, going back to what you said, there are certain countries that Filipinos, like regular Filipinos, don't know that they can go to visa free.
Like where?
I would like Brazil. Brazil's visa free. Israel's visa free for us because we've got relationships with them.
Right.
There's other countries too that you can go to without the need for a visa.
Yeah, so maybe we can start with that
Yes.
for those who are interested in traveling. But I mean, for the most part, there are travel agencies as well who help you if you don't want to do all of that, right? The processes. You can do a
1000%.
travel
Yes,
agency
yes.
here.
Yeah,
Of
but
course,
the
of
key
course.
takeaway is, build up your passport and make sure that when you want to go to a different country, that the reason is to actually come back to the Philippines, so that you don't have any concerns of getting visas and
Yep,
in different countries. But before that, the Philippines is so beautiful.
Yeah.
There's 193
honestly.
things
Country
to do.
first.
No,
Correct.
literally, and I saw an article last night actually that they found more islands. So it's I think we're almost at 8,000 islands.
Wow.
Honestly, it's growing. So before we go out of the country, let's explore our beautiful country.
1000%
the Philippines.
promote the
Of
Philippines.
course, promote Philippine
Yes.
tourism.
And that is it for us Wednesday, January 15th. I'm Ferdi Salvador, still sitting in for Paulo Del Rosario, who's coming back tomorrow, and enjoyed spending my mornings with you, loves. Thank you for having me, Anne and Mo. It's my last day.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, we're gonna miss you. You should be our fourth host.
I
like
think
a
on this
permanent
morning,
spot
you'll
on the
be
show.
here once a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Thank you for making us your daily morning habit. Don't forget, wherever this day takes you, choose joy, spread kindness, and pack your own sunshine.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. May you all have a great Wednesday ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. with Mr. Sandum himself back. Only here on...
It's a beautiful day!